Okay, do so. Hello, everybody. Today, Ben is gaming a game of detective series, City of Angel. At the base, this game is a one versus all, where one is controlling the board, the criminal, the story in the scenario, and the other player are detective trying to solve the crime. So today let me explain. So as a single player, I will be having 4 action per turn and 4 different action I can do. First action is move. I will have my little miniature here somewhere on the map. Like you can see, the map is divided into 5 neighborhood, regions, section, zone, whatever you want to call it. All with all number dotted everywhere. So if, for example, I start at 83 and I decide to go on 100, so for one move, I can go directly there. If I want to go, let's say, to 43, which is in central LA, I need to make a stop at a number that is bordering the same regions, so 82, 91, 96, and 98. So for one move, I go there, I stop. Second move, I go to that location. Second action, I can question. So as a solo, I do not have all the answer. I will need to add to see miss my grid over here. So I will have 4 suspect on the side and some card on top. All information regarding this scenario are on top from A until L. If I want to ask a question, I need to be on the same location as the suspect that I'm questioning, and I can ask anything about anything that I already know. So if a card is face up and is displaying the information, I can ask about that. I cannot ask about information that I don't know. It will give me a number that I will need to go see my sleuth book. All answer, all everything is written there. I need to go on the phrase specific, uh, not the page, and I will have 3 result. Result one, I will gain new information, so I will be revealing another one or more card face up and placing some people on the map. Two, I can gain a stress. Stress are representing by this little marker. I have 3. When all 3 are revealed, so when I gain a stress, I will be flipping on that size. When all 3 I flip up, this final guess token will start at round 0, will be moving up on the tracker, the time tracker. So I have this black circle on day 12. So I have 12 turns to solve that scenario. When I finish my 4 action, I a go down a turn and everything. So when I'm ready, or when the turn start and my circle is on the same spot as the final guess, I need to, like say, guess what happened. So for that, I'll go on the back of my book. I will have the suspect with a number, a weapon representing by a card on top with another number, and a motive representing why they did it. I need to add those number and search on this page, on this book, again the number representing what I have on. If the phrase starts with the Captain congratulates you or anything related with the name of the case that I'm playing, I have 1. If not, final guess go down on turn 0 and my time tracker go up on turn 3. I will have 3 more turns to solve the crime, and I can do that twice. At the second time, if I fail, the case goes cold and I have failed. Uh, and again, last action, I can gain a leverage. Leverage are representing by this little blue hat here. When I gain a leverage on a character, I will be putting the hat on that character card on top. And later on, if I want to ask question, I can decide to use my leverage to gain additional information. If not, I can decide to push the information saying that you're lying to me, I need more information, I do not trust you. Next action is searching the location. All locations are representing by a number between 1 and 100. And I will have this little grid here again to see where I go. So if I'm on 97 and I decide to search 97, I will go on the number found on my search grid, and I will be reading on my book what I have found. Again, if I have a criminal on 16 and I go searching 97, I will find information about that location, but nothing relating to the scenario I'm playing. Next action is searching the suspect. My four suspect will have a number again I need to find to see what are they find. On the map, so that is not in the rule, but that is for me. When a information will give me a number to see, like someone has a house on 44, I will be putting a red cap on the number, again, for example, 44, meaning that for me, I have information at 44 that I need to go search. When I go that, I will be reading the phrase on 44, and when it is solved, either replacing by a green hat, meaning it's been done, or by a character or something else. So, today's scenario is the scenario called The Last Embrace. Her hopes and dream couldn't save her when death came calling. So I will be setting that and be ready to play. So I'm ready. All cards are standing face down and it's starting with a debriefing, a little story to say what happened. So, The Last Embrace, which is a veteran case, should be medium difficulty. Case ID DCOA05 Detective Briefing. So, I'm ready. All cards are standing face down and it's starting with a debriefing, a little story to say what happened. So, The Last Embrace, which is a veteran case, should be medium difficulty. Case ID DCOA05 Detective Briefing. Alright, pay attention, you dicks. We've got a live one here, and by live I mean dead. Early this glorious morning, Geraldine Thomas was discovered deceased in her South LA residence. Flip case card A and place crime scene marker at 90. So, the first piece of information, again, it's card A. Geraldine Thomas, the victim. And I put my marker on location 90. Her face taking a beating, but the coroner ruled the cause of death by strangulation. Her neck displayed a bruising pattern that suggests the murder weapon was a small chain or necklace of some kind, although not the little heart necklace she had gripped in her hand. Flip case card F. Other information. Card F. A necklace. Half-hour necklace. A silver half-hour necklace The other half is missing. Half that is found in the crime scene. Time of death was between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. The print boot, after dusting the place dry, found nothing out of the ordinary. No sign of forced entry, no sign of real struggle, no evidence. Her husband, Reggie Thomas, made the discovery. Flip case card B. So, card B, Reggie Thomas. Uh, hasn't shave or shower in a week. Talk with a snigger all around the waste of oxygen. He claimed that he had been out all night drinking, returning home around 7 a.m. to find the front door partially open with Geraldine's body lying just inside. The responding Night Watch Blues officer Kowalski pegged his demeanor as somewhere between "I don't give a damn" and "I really don't give a damn." After some brief questioning, Mr. Thomas was allowed to head to his place of gainful employment, the Goodyear Rubber Company. Place Thomas Tandy at 91. Alright, pay attention, you dicks. We've got a live one here, and by live I mean dead. Early this glorious morning, Geraldine Thomas was discovered deceased in her South LA residence. Flip case A and place the crime scene marker at 9. So, the first piece of information, again, it's card A. Geraldine Thomas, the victim. And I put my marker on location 90. Her face had taken a beating, but the coroner ruled the cause of death as strangulation. Her neck displayed a bruising pattern that suggests the murder weapon was a small chain or a necklace of some kind, although not the little heart necklace she had gripped on her hand. Flip case F. Other information. Card F. A necklace. Half-hard necklace. A silver half-hard necklace. The other half is missing. Half that is found in the crime scene. Time of death was between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. The print boy, after dusting the place dry, found nothing out of the ordinary. No sign of forced entry, no sign of real struggle, and no evidence. Her husband, Reggie Thomas, made the discovery. Flip case card B. So, card B, Reggie Thomas. Uh, hasn't shave or shower in a week. Talk with a snigger all around the waste of oxygen. He claimed that he had been out all night drinking, returning some home around 7 a.m. to find the front door partially open with Geraldine's body laying just inside. The responding Night Watch Blue officer Kowalski pegged his demeanor as somewhere between "I don't give a damn" and "I really don't give a damn." After some brief questioning, Mr. Thomas was allowed to head to his place of gainful employment, the Goodyear Rubber Company. Place Thomas statue at 91. So all important character will have a standee, and he is on 91 here. It seemed the daily grind waits for no man, even the recently widowed one. Geraldine Thomas, or Miss Jerry, had her students fondly referred to her, taught history at Loyola High. She was, by all accounts, beloved of all, including the staff. One of Loyola's janitor, Billy Clay, flip case card C. Oh, card C. Billy Clay. School janitor doesn't make eye contact, mumbles, making his word difficult to understand. Actually showed up at the crime scene as the corpse duck were wheeling the Thomas Stiff out. Kowalski say he was bawling like a pick up picked up pup, but it was hard to get much out of him due to the fact he appeared to be a few smokes short of a full pack, if you catch my drift. The kids apparently taking the week off, probably crying enough tears to fill the LA basin. He can be found of Western and Anaheim. Place Billy Stanley at 81. So East Stanley is at 81. He lived there with his mother, Elizabeth Clay, who also happened to be Loyola principal. Flip case card D. So next card in my info list, it's D. Elizabeth Clay. Looks very, very tired. Years of thankless teaching have made her cynical and bitter. Loyola High bears some further investigation. Principal Clay might be able to shed some light on the life and time of Miss Jerry. Place Elizabeth Stanley at 19. So our Stanley it's at 19, and put the tack to that burn of her husband. Scare some milk of human kindness out of those shivered prune he called balls. Oh, and one more thing. Upper Brass took a call from Concealman Clarence Ankerman this afternoon. He'd heard through the grapevine about Geraldine ultimately demise and wanted to make sure that LA finest were doing all they could to bring her killer to swift justice. I don't know about you, but I don't remember the last time a politician gave two shake about a dead teacher. Something smell and it ain't the cross I had for breakfast. Another fun bit of trivia. His wife, Felicity Ankerman, made a substantial donation to LAI in her past month. Flip case card E. So, card E. Felicity Ankerman, Concealman's wife, exudes wealth from every pore. Believe everyone is beneath her, her, and that it's a privilege to simply speak with her. Okay, I already don't like her. You'll find her at her sleek Beverly Hills mansion near the Botanical Garden. Place Anchorman Standy at 2. Looks lively, boys. Go find me a killer. Her standing is at 2. Looks lively, boys. Go find me a killer. For solving the case, I need to find the identity of the guilty suspect, the murder weapon, and the suspect motive. I have all 5 locations written there. No special rule for this one. So the last thing left for me to do is place my standee. And I need to be on a police station. I think 95 will be a best place because I will be on the murder scene and next to two character. After that, I can go to 16 and 23, jumping between those two and going around. So everything is there, all the information I have, and I'm ready to play. Okay, as my first action, I will be moving to location 90 and searching the location, just in case maybe I haven't found everything. So on my grid, I go on 90, which is 948. You sort through a stack of paper half-fastly strewn across the kitchen counter. You know what the pink paper signifies even before you read what's written on it. Look at G. So my next information, G. Notice of termination of employment, effective 6 p.m. on March 29. The LA County School District will no longer require the service of Geraldine Thomas. Your employee will termination. So a termination notice. So she was fired. And again, when I gather information, I have this paper here that I need to write down what I found and every piece of info I have. Okay, that's interesting. So she was fired from her job. I will go move to her husband and I'm going to question him about her. So I have my paper here. So he is Reggie Thomas. I need to ask about his wife, 974. You gotta kick your dog, hit your wife, and take a belt to your kids. Everyone knows that. So what's the big deal? Just because I smack her around some doesn't mean I kill her. Okay, I'm gonna push it. So 804. Thomas is holding back. So you press him, and he snarl out the truth. The bitch was having an affair, and I gave her what's for when she came clean. I couldn't gone all the way, but I held back. Went to Topsies to blow off steam. 96. Ask Karen if you don't believe me. Look at H. Gain one leverage over Thomas. So, first thing first, I have a location 96. That's 92, 91, 7. 96. See right here. I look at card H. Card H. Geraldine Thomas was having an affair. So, okay. And I gain a leverage over Reggie. That is the end of my turn. For full turn 11. Okay. I'm gonna ask. Stay here. I'm gonna ask a question about a termination paper. Yeah, she was fired. Does he know about that? So Thomas, card G 335. Jerry was fired last week, but I don't know why she wouldn't tell me. Okay, you lied to me once. I'm gonna push it. 144. You know that Thomas is hiding something, so you press him for more. She was probably fired for sleeping with the whole damn school. That whore got around. Look at H. Gain one leverage over Thomas. So two leverage over him. Okay, I'm gonna ask a question again about the half of the necklace. Maybe you know who's got the other half. So he's still one, and that is F1064. You say that belonged to Jerry. Never seen him before, but I couldn't exactly pay attention to what was in her jewelry box. I'm gonna use one of my leverage on it. So I did push him. I go to 82. Thomas is feeding you a load of BS you could smell from a mile away. His anger flared when you shoved the necklace back in his face and demand answer. I found that Trinket confronted Jerry, beat the hell out of her for it. She said she was in love, but she wouldn't tell me who it was. Look at H, gain one leverage over Thomas. One leverage and H, we know that. Okay, as my... I'm gonna move to top C and then I'm gonna search the location. So that is 96. I go on 473. The bartender recognized your description of Thomas. He's a regular hassle. Might have been here the other night, but we were hopping. Don't remember when he left. Oh, he did leave this on the counter. The bartender show you a note with the name, time, and location scrawled on it. You make a note of the address, 45, and leaves before your suit get permanently stained by Topsy. So I have another location, 45, 8 times, and I replace my red hat by the green hat, meaning I've been there, I know what's up. So that's okay. Next turn. Okay, I'm regaining my 4 action. He's saying okay, I'm gonna move and question the boy about the murder. So, gonna ask Billy about the murder. So, 859. I don't want to work at the school anymore if Miss Jerry isn't there. She was always kind to me. Okay, okay, I'm gonna push it to 211. You can tell Billy is hiding something. When you push him for more, he cracks. There was so much yelling that night. So many people yelling at Miss Jerry. That's all you can get out of him. However, as he quickly put his hand over his ear and won't say anything else. Gain one leverage over Billy. Okay. 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 I'm gonna ask Billy about card F, which is 883. The other F of the locket. And I'm gonna use my leverage over him as well. That belonged to my mama. Why do you have my mama's necklace? Okay. I did challenge, so 286. Billy is more clever than he looks. You almost missed the lie, but not quite. Billy gets very quiet when he sees that you know he's not telling the truth. Finally, he whispered, I gave that to Miss Cherry. It was our special secret. Gain one leverage over Billy. Okay, so he gave her that necklace. Necklace. It to her. And for my last question, I'm gonna ask about again at Billy. Question H 6, 7, 9. And I'm gonna use my leverage over him. Billy looks confused. What's an affair? Yeah, no. 10:08. I did push it. Billy damn well knows what an affair is, and you can read it all over his face. He shrink back when you turn on him, but he quickly recover and a dark look crossed his face. Miss Cherry went to the park, 30, with a man. I followed her there. I saw them. They did naughty thing there. Gain one leverage over Billy. So, gain back my leverage and a new location on 30. Update Park. Okay. I go down one turn, reset all my four location for action. Okay, so now I have more information, more things. So I think my best action, I'm gonna go see these other two locations. So move one for 82, move two to go to 45, search location 45. I go on 458. E. N. Meyer of Confederation Life happily answer your question. Yes, Mr. Thomas came in last week and put everything in order for his wife life insurance policy. Excuse me, where are you going? That's my copy of the policy. Who do you think you are? Stop, you can't just take that. Look at G. Okay, so formation G. A life policy number, Geraldine branch of a life insurance policy on the life of Geraldine Thomas. Oh, and life insurance. Interesting. 45. I've been there. And I'm gonna move to the park. Reset my 4 action. Go down turn 8. And I start by searching the location, which is 30. 30, I go on 6 to 5. Underneath a park bench is a conspicuous patch of freshly turned dirt. A minute of digging and you pull out a second half heart necklace. This one covered in dry blood. Look at eye. Okay, we found the second half of the necklace. Covered in blood. Bloody half heart necklace. A shivering half necklace spattering with blood. Okay, that is very interesting. Okay, everything's fine. I have more information, so I will be move and move. Move to 38, move to 19, and I'm gonna ask Elizabeth, which is character number 3, about the termination paper G456. Despite how much the student loved her, Geraldine truly was a terrible teacher. You would have fired her too. Okay, I'm gonna push it for 812. You refuse to believe that Geraldine Thomas was a terrible teacher, and Elizabeth quickly realized that she's misstepped. Nonetheless, she looked defiant as she continued. Felicity Ackerman said that if I fire Geraldine, she would make a very generous donation to the school. I don't know why she wanted Geraldine gone, but we're underfunded and needed the money, so I let her go. Gain one leverage over Elizabeth. Okay, Elizabeth. That is interesting. Reset my 4 action. Go down a turn. So, she was offered to fire her in order to gain money for the school by the other woman. Okay, so I'm gonna move to Felicity location and I'm gonna start asking a question. First question about the termination paper, which is letter G, and she is the last one. So I go on 752. Anchorman is unapologetic. I had Elizabeth fire her. She slept with my husband, so I ruined her life. Unethical, perhaps, but not a crime detective. Look at Hatch. We already know Sharon. Okay, okay. We'll push it. 874. Anchorman become terse. I can understand why you might distrust me, but I'm telling the truth, detective. Power has its perk, and I have nothing to hide from you in this regard. Unless you have something else to ask me, I will bid you good day. You believe her. King one stress. Okay. First stress. Uh-huh. Okay. So I'm gonna ask again another question about the affair. Letter H. So she gave me H. I'm gonna ask about it. 471. Yes, I had heard rumor. Do you know who she was sleeping with? Even lady of high standard such as myself like a little gutter gossip now and then. I will push it because she told me she was sleeping with her husband. So 603. That dog won't run, and you turn the screw on her until she break, and you get a taste of that famous Ackerman temper you've heard so much about. I knew she was sleeping. He was cheating on me. The ungrateful bastard. I followed Clarence to Griffin Park 30 and saw them cavorting together. I waited and then I confronted them when he went to her house. Dirty how her. Eventually she get control of herself. No more question until I contact my lawyer detective. King one leverage over Ackerman. King one leverage. Interesting. Yes, I had heard rumor. Do you know who she was sleeping with? Even lady of high standing, such as myself, like a little gutter gossip now and then. I will push it because she told me she was sleeping with her husband. So 603. That dog won't run, and you turn the screw on her until she break, and you get a taste of that famous Anchorman temper you've heard so much about. I know he was cheating on me, the ungrateful bastard. I followed Clarence to Griffith Park 30 and saw them cavorting together. I waited and then I confronted them when he went to her house. Dirty whore. Eventually she get control of herself. No more control until I contact my lawyer detective. Gain one leverage over Anchorman. Gain one leverage. Interesting. Okay, and my last question then. She was having an affair. Uh, 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 uh. About Billy. Maybe that's not a good idea, but what can you tell me about the little guy? Which is card C. So she's there. Card C. 348. And I'm gonna push it. Do you really think I associate with school janitor detective? Please stop wasting my time. I have a fundraising dinner to plan. I did push it, so I go to 26. You try to get more out of her about Billy, but it's obvious she doesn't know anything else. For the last time, detective, I don't know who that is, nor have I ever seen him before. Gain 1 stress. Okay, stress number 2. Regain my 4 action. So, still missing the murder weapon. But I don't think she killed him. She was angry that her husband was sleeping with the victim, but I don't think enough to get the murder. So, uh, I'm gonna double move. Move 1, 22. Move 2 to 91. I'm gonna ask a question about on the husband about the life insurance letter G, which is 566. Bitch was worthless when she was alive. At least she's worth something now that she's dead. I will use one of my leverage on him. 685. There's nothing you rather do than knock Thomas' teeth through the back of his neck, and you let your rage get the best of you. Thomas flinched, but it quickly became clear he doesn't have anything else to say. The policy is worth something now that she's dead, but that's all there is to it. I wasn't lying about that. Gain 1 stress. So, stress number 2, I have go down on 1, gaining 1 turn left. I'm gonna, for my last action, I'm gonna search the location. So 91, maybe he's got something. 91, I go search on 759. For the first time, Thomas looked afraid as you stomp around the plant, questioning other workers and looking for anything amiss. You're gonna get me fired, you dumb prick. Thomas hissed at you. It's a double dose of disappointment when you find nothing and nor get him fired. Okay, okay. Regain my 4 action. Go down on turn 5. Oops, I forgot. 5. Pop. Then I will move on the kid's location, and I'm gonna search the location 81. 81, I go on 519. Those are my things. What are you doing? Billy is confused and angry as you go through his thing. Other than a stack of girly mags underneath his bed that he seemed genuinely ashamed of, you find nothing of note. Okay. Okay. Need the murder weapon. So I'm gonna move to uh, Elizabeth's location. So move 1, move 2. Okay, our turn left. Start by searching the location. That's location number 2. I go on 613. You discreetly eye the posh interior of the house, carefully not to upset the concealman's wife, with a full search. Peeking in the kitchen's trash bin, a glint of brass catch your eyes, and when Ackerman isn't looking, you fish out a broken watch. Look at oh yeah, L. So card L. Broken pocket watch. Expensive pocket watch attached to a long chain. The glass is shattered and the watch is broken. The end point at 11:47. I think it was the time of the murder because if I go on my debriefing, it said that she was selected. Between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. And the clock on the end stopped at 11:47. 11:40. I think that was the murder weapon. Okay, I think I have the murder weapon. I have the victim. I think it was jealousy. Uh, okay. I will try to gather more information. So I will move to the school and search the location, which is 19. If I search 19, 743. Wait, no, before I do that, move there. I did search the location. Before I go there, I'm gonna ask the question. I'm gonna ask about the clock on Miss Ackerman, which is L340. I believe Clarence dropped that while he was going for a walk the other day, detective. It was his favorite watch too. I'm gonna push it 688. From the moment Ackerman opens her mouth, you can tell she's lying through her teeth. A few choice word and she changed her tune. The truth is, I went to the whorehouse to confront her and my cheat of a husband. I hit him and hit him and hit him, the lying bastard. But all I could break was his watch. We left and came home and filed for divorce the next day. She burst into tears. King one leverage over Anchorman. Okay, she hit her husband with the watch. That's why it's got broken. Okay, now I'm gonna move and search the school. So move and search 19. Go on 743. After interrupting 3 classrooms with an enraged principal dodging your step, you conclude that Loyola High does not have anything that will help the case. So, turn 3, reset my 2. Okay, I think I will try to solve it. Even though I'm missing letter K, let's see. I think, um, I think that Felicity kill her. So 373 with the stopwatch L 230 and the motive. Mm, mm, sex, jealousy, or anger, rage might be the two. Yeah, I'm gonna do anger. So 50. 653. Nope. Okay. And if I do the same, but with jealousy, 325. Um, 938. Nope. Okay. 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 So I have two turns left to solve. I think I have the murder weapon, but again, last card is a mystery. So I will start by searching the suspect, uh, which is the principal, Elizabeth Clay. I was on. I go on 828. Never in all my life have I been disrespected like this. Other than more of Elizabeth's shrill protest, you find nothing else. So I don't think she got nothing. I don't think she was part. She didn't know. She did her job. So I'm gonna move to her husband location and I'm gonna search him. Gonna search Reggie, which is 261. Thomas is not fully cooperative. You slam him against the wall and he acquires the proper cooperative attitude. In his pocket you find a business card for E. N. Myers Confederates Life Insurance with an address on downtown 45. You give him back the card and let him go. We know about 45 that. So I'm gonna move to the kid's location. Reset my action. Last turn, I'm gonna search him. He's Billy, so 27. Billy looks confused while you frisk him. Other than some dirt underneath his fingernail, you find nothing of note. But he's got dirt. Did okay, okay. I'm gonna ask a question about the buried other half, letter I. So Billy with the letter I, 1026. That's the necklace I gave to my mama. Why does it have red paint on it? And I have a leverage on him. I'm gonna use it. It's not paint, my little dude, so 448. You almost believe him, but something in his eye convinces you he's lying. You shove the necklace back in his face and demand answer. Billy starts to shake. Miss Jerry yelled at me. I don't like it when people yell at me. He put his hand over his ear and refused to say anything else. Gang won leverage over Billy. Okay. If I move. Okay. I have two more action. I think I'm gonna question again. Um, does he know about the affair? I will try. Does he know about the affair? So, Billy, the affair, which is H679. And again, I'm gonna use my leverage over him. Billy look confused. Oh no, I did that. I know, you know about that. I didn't write it down. Okay, then I'm gonna still ask question about the watch. Let's say about the watch. Do you know anything else about the watch? 869. And I'm gonna use my leverage on him. That's the man's watch. That lady was there and she yelled at Miss Jerry and she yelled at the man and she smashed the watch. I don't like it when people yell. Okay, I did push it, so 1013, 1013. I'm not lying to you, officer. Why don't you believe me? Billy is frustrated and upset that you question whether he was telling the truth. Whoops. Gang 1 stress. Stress number 1. Okay. Nicholas. Okay, and last question. Last question about, yeah, the lady Felicity. So Billy, do you know about card E935? I don't know who she is, but she doesn't look nice, so I don't want to be her friend. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna push it. 232. You saw a flicker of recognition cross Billy's face when you show him the picture of Felicity. So you dig for more information and Billy caves. She was there. I saw her. She yelled at Miss Jerry and then she hit a man who was there too. There was so much yelling. I don't like it when people yell. King won leverage over Billy. Okay, he saw. Uh, uh, he saw her hit her husband. And so now I'm on final guess. I need to solve it. I don't think Billy did it. He's just not out there. I don't think the congressman's wife didn't. She's high status. Why dirty her hand like that? I don't think the principal did it because I don't think she has any purpose. The husband took life insurance over her, so I think he did it with the watch over jealousy. Okay, so I think it's Reggie, so 58. He did it with the stopwatch to 30. And anger, rage. Okay, I have accident, anger, rage, drug related, mob related, mental instability, money slash greed, need to be noticed, obsession, political, religious, revenge, self defense, sex, jealousy, suicide, keep a secret, or urge to protect. I think it's jealousy. 325. 613. Nope. So, okay, final guess. I go up to turn 3. Forgot to remove my turn target. Now I have 3 more turns to solve that. Um, I don't think it was a stopwatch then. She might have broken it over her husband. We have a locket full of blood. So what I have information about the locket full of blood is Billy that say don't like when people yell. And he say that a lot. And he called her mama. He wanted, yeah. So I'm gonna ask question Billy about and we know about that does not know the watch uh, about the termination paper. So this does he know about her being fired? Letter G. I go on Billy, which is 636. And I'm gonna use my leverage over him. Billy becomes suddenly angry. Mama didn't like Miss Jerry. She made her go away. I hate Mama for that. I hate her.
Keep, keep.
960. Billy is shaking with anger, but when you press for more information, it just makes things worse. Why don't you believe me? Mama made Miss Jerry go away and I hate her for that. Gang 1 stress. Okay, I think she was her favorite teacher and he didn't like when she got fired. Okay, okay. Yeah, okay. I think I will try to solve. I think I have that last piece of information that was what missing. So I think it's Billy who did that. So Billy is 122. He did it, I think, with the bloody necklace. Bloody necklace is I, which is 170. And I think he was obsessed. So obsession 200 came out with 290, 492. 492. The captain invites you into his office. Congratulations, detective. You've done it. You solved the case and brought Geraldine Thomas killers to justice. You have successfully solved the last embrace. Turn to the page on the chisel to read the epilogue.
Woo!
So I got it. Yeah, that was the last piece of information that I needed to know he was really obsessed with her. So, uh, epilogue. Reggie Thomas had long suspected that his wife Geraldine was fooling around on him. Her frequent visits to the park and late night at the school were not like her. When he discovered the half-heart necklace, he fell into one of his rage, smacking Geraldine in the face hard enough to break her cheekbones. Reggie demanded that she tell him who the John was, even though the necklace had been a gift from Billy Clay, the sweet yet slightly creepy school janitor. Geraldine was tired of lying about the affair. She confessed to having an affair but refused to divulge Clarence's name. I'm in love, Jerry. You and I are over. When Reggie heard that, he deflated almost instantly. His rage anesthetized. He left in a stupor, stunned at the betrayal, and found his way to Topsy, where he drank himself into oblivion. Geraldine immediately called Clarence, who hurried over to console her. Clarence was unaware that his wife, Felicity, has become wise to his indiscretion. She'd follow him to Griffith Park, where he frequently met with Geraldine and watched them necking. Late night consult session there? Don't wait up for me. Felicity knew he was going to see that trollop and she followed him to Geraldine's house. Felicity had already bribed Elizabeth Clay to have Geraldine fired, making a substantial donation to Loyola High in exchange, but the professional bloodbath wasn't enough for her. She wanted to confront them in person. Felicity barged in on the two of them, her famously violent temper in full display. Clarence grabbed her before she could attack an already bloodied Geraldine, and in the struggle his pocket watch was smashed. As Felicity raged and screamed, Clarence dragged her away before she could wake the neighbor. He put her in the car and they drove home, leaving Geraldine alone. Billy Clay watched all of this play out from his favorite vantage point, the alley across the street. his obsession with Geraldine had been building for over a year. He followed her every moment he could, even discovering her relationship with Clarence when he saw them together. Uh, at the park, his obsession has finally culminated in his gift of the half-heart necklace. The necklace twin was around his own neck. When the anchorman left, Billy approached the house and knocked. Geraldine, in a state of emotional despair over the event of the evening, tried to return the necklace. But it was a gift. You don't return a gift, Billy instead insisted. He pulled off his own necklace and showed Geraldine how they fit together. When Geraldine yelled, "Take your damn necklace and never come here again," Billy snapped. He forced his way in and strangled her with his own necklace. "No more yelling, Miss Jerry. No more yelling," Billy whispered stopped, as she stopped struggling. "I don't like it when you yell." Afterward, in a state of shock over what he had done, Billy took the necklace and buried it underneath the bench in Griffith Park, where he had seen Clarence and Geraldine together. When Reggie found Geraldine the next morning, he was relieved. Not only was his cheating wife out of the way, but the previous week he'd taken out a life insurance policy in her name. "I guess God really does love me," he said to himself as he called the police. I solved the case. Solving the case. So it was Billy with the blooded half-heart necklace with the obsession or mental instability. So I do hope you like my video. If you do, please put a like on this video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It'll help me a lot. And see you next time. Bye bye.